Hey guys, Nathan here for the Dice X-Ray. Merry Christmas. I'm doing a Warhammer 40k Eldar Wraithknight unboxing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the components out of this box off camera, so I will check back to you guys in a second. So as you can see, you get 3 sprues, as well as the instructions, transfer sheet, and a base. I believe this is a small base, or smaller base than the flying stands, but I'm not sure. I don't have a flying base on me, but maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to zoom in on some of these sprues. So the first sprue consists of the Wraith Sword, or whatever it's called. I don't play Wraithknights often, because, well, this is my first Wraithknight, so I don't know the armor loadouts. But that's a sword. It's about 3 or 4 inches long, which is pretty sick sword. It's very detailed, and I'll zoom in on it later. You've also got the, I think this is the Ghost Glaive, or maybe the Ghost Glaive is the sword, I'm not sure. But this I'm going to zoom in on as well, because it's got some fabulous detail. We've got a bunch of other components I'm not really sure of, because I haven't looked at the instructions. Looks like we have a part of a gun right there. Let's see, some legs or arms. We've got the piece that goes on the back with a nice Eldar emblem on the back, on the sort of like a gem thing, but I think people usually paint them gold. And then we have the closed and the open fist. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on some of these parts. So here's the sword. It's a very nice sword, eh? It's got a nice big gem right near the hand, like most Eldar swords do. And then it has a nice little Eldar artistry right coming up from the gem, as again most Eldar swords do. It's also got a nice curve in the handle, kind of reminds me of Count Dooku and his sword, his lightsaber. I'm not sure if you know Star Wars or not, but it's also got these little rectangles cut out, as you can see right there. This is just a nice little detail to add some Eldar character into it. Next up is one of the arm pieces. This is like a Dire Avenger Exarch, and his I forget what it's called. I'm still fairly new to the new Eldar Codex. I haven't played Eldar a ton, but it's got some really nice Eldar engravings along the side, or along the edges here. Again, it's nice because it adds some Eldar character to it. Also got a bunch of gems. Didn't see that coming, eh? And it's just a it's a really nicely sculpted piece. Next up is that piece that goes, I believe it goes onto the back of the Wraithknight. And it's that right there. So again, it has some Eldar artistry on it, and it just adds that next element of detail to the miniature. Moving on, we have the second sprue. We got the big chest piece there. We got the head. We got some of the back pieces. I forget what they're called. The Eldar Guardians have them. We got the legs. Those are pretty big legs too. Bunch of other random parts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't read the instructions yet, so I'm not quite sure what these are. But again, we also have the pelvis plate, armor plate right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and zoom on some of these. So this is the chest of the Eldar Wraithknight, and again, there's a bunch of gems on it, and a nice big one in the middle. And it wouldn't be Eldar without gems. But it's got a nice border around the gem. Yeah, you can see it there. There's like the border, and then the gem, and then there's another second border that's on the armor panel. But again, it just adds that extra level of detail to the miniature, which is good because that means Games Workshop is improving in their sculpts. We got the head next, and this is, I love the style of head that they chose. Similar to the Wraithlord and some of the various helmets that you would get in the Guardians and the Forge World Shadow Specters, as well as the what is it called? The Hemlock Rider. One of his heads has like the blank face, the blank visor, and I just love the style of that. It's very Eldarish and it's nice and round, and it suits the model very well. So I look forward to painting that. Finally, we have the what looks to be the structure of the Eldar Wraithknight. So a lot of these pieces, I believe, help support the actual weight of the model. But of course, besides the Wraith Cannons, I think those are Wraith Cannons, and that gun up there, as well as the piece that holds the waist and the torso together. And I'll zoom in on some of these parts. So there are the two Wraith Cannons, I believe they're called. Got a bunch of gems on them. It's got like this line. That's neat because you saw those on the Forge World. Some of the tanks, like the Warp Hunter. So it's like an energy source, as well as the Warp Spiders. They have at the ends of their barrels of their guns, they have those just those open areas where you can paint light effects of the energy in the guns. So overall, I look forward to painting this model as well as building him. I'm not quite sure what pose he should be in, but I'll figure that out. As well as I'm most likely going to magnetize the weapon options, because it'd just be cool to, it looks absolutely stunning with both loadouts. And I would like to try the different loadouts out, but I'll have to figure out a pose that can complement both of them. And the detail on these pieces, on the sprues, because it's not built, they're very high quality and pristine. It seems like Games Workshop is doing a lot better with their plastics, obviously, but just in their overall sculpting and quality of the pieces, it has that feel of like they care a little more. They care a little more about the products that they put out, but especially their kits. But just the overall quality and the depth in these models is just crazy. Not that they were before, but or not that they weren't before, but it's just getting to the next step. That's always what I look for in models, and as well just in life in general, is getting to the next step. And again, you've heard me say this multiple times in the video, but they've added really nice touches, small subtle touches, to give each piece an Eldar feel to it, whether it being rounding some of the edges, adding little artistic engravements in the pieces, like the ghost glaive or whatever it's called. I don't think it's called ghost glaive, but whatever. That piece that on the other arm, when you have the loadout with the sword, like that. It's a pretty amazing kit. The price is a little bit out there, but I mean, every hobby is expensive, and anyway, I won't get into all that. And yeah, I'm really gonna be really impressed. I'm gonna take my time with this model, because I think it deserves that extra care for it to look good. And yeah, I'm excited. I am going to be doing a full from opening the box to the final product videos of this. So this will be the unboxing, and then I'll do a time lapse of myself building it, and then another one painting it, and then the final product. They won't be tutorials, but you'll be able to sort of see how some of the pieces go. So that being said, this tutorial I believe went fairly well actually. I sort of know what I'm doing now with lighting and the camera and all that. So I'll leave it at that. So I'm Nathan from the Dice Sanctuary. Thank you for watching this Warhammer 40k Eldar Wraithknight unboxing, and happy wargaming.